Alrighty, yo, what is going on, everybody? It's your boy, Mr. DDG94, here back with another reaction video today. We finna react to the Sitcom Guy. Shout out to the Sitcom Guy. You already know they be showing that love over here. Man, we're gonna show that love right back. Run them likes up, the views up, the comments up, subscribers up, and all that good stuff over on his channel. And without further ado, we're gonna get into this. The best episode of Martin. And it's looking like it's the one with the if you know, you know. Now come on. Don't nobody know nothing? Arr, 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 arr. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah. But anyways, though, without further ado, let's get right into this.
Suspicious Minds is the best episode of Martin. Now, I already know some of you probably agree with me, and there's some of you that probably immediately disagreed with me.
I don't have a problem with saying Suspicious Minds is the best one, but Hollywood Swinging is, in my personal opinion, the best one. Lately, I had the strangest feeling. Oh, yeah, you thought it was over, didn't you? Yeah, that's what's up. I don't have a problem with it though. If you say that, I would consider this top two. This is definitely top two. But Hollywood Singer got to be the best one, bro. The fact that Jodeci did not know that Martin was going to do that made that shit 10 times more funnier than what it is, bro. The fact that he did that without them even knowing that he was going to do that. That nigga came out and said, yeah, 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 yeah. I'm a man of many wishes. I hope my Gina does the dishes. But when I'm chilling on Varnell Hill, Casey, JoJo, David, it could be, it could be. Yeah, but shout to, yeah, for sure.
Maybe you're thinking of DMV Blues, or
yeah, DMV Blues are funny. Chillingham Island,
entirely different episode.
Oh yeah, bro, man can't spell. Bro, man can't spell. I should have checked with him on it.
In mind, and honestly,
you know they be selling them shirts on Temu. I want to buy them so bad, bro. We gonna do another Temu haul, bro. Give me next month. I guarantee you we'll do another Temu haul, bro. I guarantee you we will.
Honestly, I don't blame you at all for that. Martin has so many classic episodes that trying to pick just one feels impossible. You could ask 10 different Martin fans and you'd probably get 10 different answers. But every time I come back to the show and ask myself that question, I always end up right back at Suspicious Minds. And until today, I didn't really know why that was. At first, I thought it might have been because it was the funniest, but after sitting down and rewatching it a few more times before this video, I realized this episode does something that
for BDB.
Almost no other episode in the series quite pulls off.
Is that your breath smelling like boiled bologna? No, I think that's your feet chewing through your shoes again.
Alright, so before we get into why I think this is the best episode of Martin, I think we need to answer a much simpler question first. And that is, why is this episode so memorable? Because if you ask almost any Martin fan about Suspicious Minds, then they're probably going to bring up the same few things. You know, the New Jack City parody.
Yeah. Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
The cast trying their absolute hardest not to laugh while Martin.
The fact that Martin had to use a fake dog and still pulled that off with ease. The fact that Martin had a fake dog and made this shit 10 times more hilarious than what it was, bro. Oh my goodness, dog. Yeah, Martin was in his prime, bro. This was Martin in his prime, bro.
Is doing his Nino Brown bit.
Don't anybody know
nothing?
Huh?
Broman's mystery reveal at the very end of the episode.
What's up, Ed?
Just chilling.
Looking
for some jello.
I mean, these are the moments that
bro, man, just take the time. Bro, man, come on, man. Come on, bro, man, with the Charlie Brown boots. Nah, bro, man. Stop with the slow bop. Get up out of here with the Charlie Brown boots. Oh, yeah, almost forgot. Your CD player the other night. It was all that. Bro, man, you had my CD player? Yeah. It was jamming, too. I thought you would have knew. I left a note under the bathroom sink. That is the dumbest, bro, man, education. Why would you leave a note under the bathroom sink? Because I thought you would know since I used up all the toilet paper.
This episode is famous for, and they are some of the most iconic moments in the entire series. But I actually don't think those moments are the sole reason that this episode has stuck with people for over 30 years. I think that they're just the moments that we remember the easiest. You know, they're almost kind of like the cover art for the episode in a way, if you think about it. You know, when somebody mentions this, these are the images that come to your brain immediately. But if that's all this episode had going for it, then I don't think it would be as iconic as it is in the series. I think what really makes this episode the greatest is what happens way before Martin ever puts on the Nino Brown persona. And it all starts with a missing CD player. And I think this is one of the episode's best strengths. I mean, think about it. Some of the best sitcom episodes you've ever seen probably began with something incredibly simple. Somebody tells a lie or somebody misunderstands something, and then before you know it, this tiny little problem snowballs into complete chaos. And that's exactly what happens here. And the thing that I really love here is that Martin creates this entire situation himself. In the beginning, nobody's asking about his CD player and nobody's impressed by it, and he's letting them know just how expensive it is and how they can't afford it, and he's practically begging for people to notice it.
You're right, I am.
Wow.
I'm sorry, I know it's not right, but it's in my blood.
Oh, okay, Mark, what are his features? Oh, what are his features?
Well, you know what? One of the most important features are that none of your broke asses can afford it.
And then it comes up missing. And, you know,
Mark,
once he's down
you're
at the
not
radio
gonna tell us
station,
how much that
Sam
thing
plants a
actually
little
costs.
seed in
Oh, no.
Martin's head, and his paranoia just completely takes over.
Who knew about your CD player? Gina?
They're probably called Pam.
And who had keys to your apartment? Gina,
Tommy Cole, and Pam.
There it is.
And if you notice something here, Martin never even thinks that he might be the one that misplaced it. His brain just immediately jumps to either somebody else lost it or somebody stole it. And at this point, we've spent almost 2 seasons getting to know this Martin character. He's loud and cocky and dramatic. It just makes sense that when something would disappear, his first thought would be, who took it? Instead of, maybe I lost it. And I think that's where this premise is so genius, because the missing CD player isn't the story. Martin is. But Martin can't carry an episode like this all by himself, right? He creates the problem all by himself, but he needs everybody else to make that problem entertaining. And I honestly think this is one of the best examples in the entire series of why this cast works so well together, and the best demonstration of all of their abilities. They all have such different personalities and reactions, right? Gina actually trying to stay grounded and solve the problem. Pam and Martin's rival dynamic is on full display. Tommy over here just being genuinely offended by this stuff. And Cole is just totally oblivious.
Just let it out.
Come on out and say it.
Let it out.
All right
Right
then.
then.
You talking
About my hemorrhoids.
aren't you? Brother got a hole.
And Stan is the one that accidentally creates this entire situation by planting the seed in Martin's head with his character persona on display. They're all reacting and contributing to this problem, but in completely different ways. And that's what makes the comedy work so well in this episode. Just phenomenal stuff from the cast here. But I want to take the spotlight off of them and put it back on Martin for a second, because even with this brilliant premise and incredible chemistry from the cast, none of this works works if Martin Lawrence doesn't absolutely sell this, right? It's something that Martin's always been incredible at, you know, whether in the show or in real life. No matter how ridiculous the situation becomes, he commits to it 100%. Martin dresses up like Wesley Snipes from New Jack City so he can interrogate his friends over a missing CD player, right? And that sounds ridiculous, but Martin commits to this so
for a big
change. Don't even question it. You know, it all feels natural.
Anybody got $5?
So
ass work.
Ridiculous and outlandish that this is something that's not surprising for him to do, to be honest. And for Martin to keep a straight face through this entire interrogation sequence, I mean, I'm sure they had a bunch of outtakes, but for the most part, like especially in this take, for him to keep a straight face, it was just mad impressive, because you look around and everybody else is just barely holding it together. You know, Tommy over here is hiding his face, and you know, they're all just one joke away from dying laughing, and Martin never breaks character for a second. Go back and watch this scene a few times and try to really think how many actors or comedians could actually pull off a scene like this with the same energy and the same intensity. I mean, in my head, it's a very short list, if any at all. I mean, Martin is just such a unique personality, and honestly, I think this might be the single greatest comedic performance by him in the series. In just this span of a few minutes, you get everything that made him one of the greatest sitcom actors ever and one of the best comedians ever. I mean, just brilliant stuff.
Don't you all
speak at once.
But even with an incredible performance, there's just one more reason I want to talk about here on why this episode is so great, and that is the airtight writing. Every scene pushes the story forward. I mean, think about how quickly this episode escalates all the way through, right? Martin shows off his CD player, it goes missing, Stan suggests somebody must have taken it, Martin starts interrogating people, and then that unfolds into this full-blown New Jack City parody at the end. And just when you think it's over, Bruh Man comes in, right? And that's what great sitcom writing looks like, because every joke bridges into the next joke, and every scene bridges into the next scene. You know, nothing in this feels random at all, not even the New Jack City parody, because I think most sitcom parodies feel like somebody thought of the idea first and kind of wrote a story around it, as opposed to this episode where the parody kind of grows naturally out of the premise. And by the time you get to the end, this doesn't feel out of place at all. And like I said, the writing is just incredible here, in my opinion, because there's nothing feels like filler at all. Everything feels important to the plot of this episode, and if you remove any of the scenes, this whole episode kind of falls apart. And I think that's why this episode just gets better and better every time I watch it, because you just appreciate more and more of things as you're going, you know, from the jokes to the performances, and then after a while you just start appreciating how perfectly every piece of this episode fits together. And
that's why season 2 is the best season of Martin, hands down. There'll never be another. I think out of all of them, the second season is by far the GOATed season, by far, because the writing is top notch. The third season is good. The third season just as good as the second one. Then I throw the first season in third place, and then the fourth season for fourth place, and then the fifth season obviously is last. But yeah, second season of Martin that shit was peak right there alone. Just bruh, season 2 just straight laughs, straight jokes.
You know, when I started making this video, I thought I was going to spend a lot of time explaining why this was the funniest episode, but it's just not where I ended up. I actually ended up changing the title of this video, because after watching it again and really thinking about it for a while, I realized that I don't think that this is the best episode because it's the funniest. I think it's the best because every single thing that made Martin one of the greatest sitcoms ever made is on display in this episode. And if somebody asked me to show them one episode that explains why people fell in love with the show in the first place, it would be this one, because this isn't just the best episode of Martin, it's the episode that represents the entire series.
I agree. But like I said, the second season is the best season because it was just straight laugh, straight comedy, great writing, everything. Season 3 is more story driven. That's where they start establishing characters and giving them more stories. Season 1 was just about establishing a show. That's clearly what season 1 was. Season 1 was clearly just about establishing a show. Season 4, it seemed like they were trying to build off of what they did in season 3, but it started to fall flat, and then they started retconning. They started going back on shit that they did in season 3, and just reverse engineering shit and just trying to reset it. I think they was trying to reset season 4. Yeah, they were trying to reset season 4, and then season 5, all the shenanigans going on. That season just fell off. But the first half of that season 5 was good. It was still Martin until I want to say after the boat cruise episodes. After the boat cruise episodes, Martin takes a huge nosedive after that. But anyways, though, that's how I think about it. Yeah, you could choose any episode from season 2, and it would be considered the best episode of the series. Like they was in their bag in season 2, but for sure. But anyways, though, yeah, because season 2 had the boxing. Season 2 had the episode with Tommy Hearns, the episode where they had the fight at Martin. They was watching the fight at Martin House, and all that shit was going on. That episode was funny. That was the introduction of Bruh Man. I shouldn't have did that, huh? You damn Skippy, bruh, man. Come on, man. Yeah, season 2 had too much good, man. Man, y'all finna make me watch Martin. Y'all finna make me say, hey, we finna watch Martin now. Nah. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. Most definitely, man. I wouldn't be opposed if anybody said this episode was the best episode of Martin. Like I said, for me personally, it's Hollywood Swinging, by far the best episode in my personal opinion. But I digress. Everybody has their own. Some people say the episode, Rhythm Spoons. Some people say that's the best episode. Some people say it's the episode with Tommy Hearns. Some say it's the episode with the WNBA players. Some say it's the Thanksgiving episode when all Martin crazy ass family come through. Some people, hey, your favorite episode is your favorite episode, man. Martin's so good, you can literally have your own favorite episode, bro. That's how good the show is. That's why it always be considered the best black sitcom to ever fucking exist, period, in my personal opinion. But that's neither here nor there. But anyways, though, that's just gonna about do it for this one. I will see you all in the next video. Till then, deuces.